Okay. Perfect. Welcome to Back to Basics. We are going to talk about so many awesome things this evening on how to really boost your paycheck and really get back to the premium starter kit and little tips on how to share and sell it. And hopefully really, I'm going to ask too, like, if you guys don't mind just throwing yourself on mute, I'm going to do that. I will do that for everybody. Anyways, it's going to be great. So I am going to hand it off to, who's starting, Karen or Lindsay? Karen?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes. All right, great.
Okay, hold on. Let me get this doc set up here. I should be able to, can I share? Oh, yes, I could share my screen. Hold on. Oh, can you enable screen sharing, please?
Yes, I sure can. I think what I'm going to do is just make you the host. Is that
Okay.
cool?
Yes.
Cool. You are host.
Okay. There we go. All right, but you guys, seriously, who is excited that the starter kit bonus is back? I think I wanted to cry when I found out because this is huge. I know we've all, especially if you've been with Young Living for, I would say a year and a half plus. This was a huge transition for us. And I know going into the new classification system, being able to enroll people with anything, but then the starter kit bonus being taken away had a huge impact on our businesses. And I'm just going to be 100% honest here, and we want to be real and raw. We are so excited that Young Living listened to us. And as you guys can see here, it says it's from April 9th to August 31st. And you're probably thinking, well, this is a temporary thing. There's been a lot of discussion that even though there's a set timeline on this, the possibility of this staying permanently is very, very big. I can't give you for certain because I'm not at corporate, but I've been hearing from corporate leaders that this is something that they expect to be a permanent thing again. So I want you guys to maximize on this. And I don't know about you, but this was always the bread and butter of my business. And I hope that tonight's call really helps you go back to the roots of what made you want to start sharing the Young Living business, these products, these oils. And as you guys know, the premium starter bundle is hands down the best value of anything that Young Living offers. So let's get into what the bonus entails, or what's included, like what starter bundles you guys can share, because it's not every starter bundle. So the kids kit is not included. Thieves or Ningxia are not included. Okay, so we're going to go through this PDF that's straight from Young Living. Just in case you do have any questions, you guys can type them in the chat box, or I can, as soon as I'm done talking, we can go through some of the questions together. So the Everyday Glow starter bundle. So this was released, I think it was like a month or two ago, but then they brought it back for spring launch. So this is included in the starter bundle, or sorry, in the, oh my gosh, the starter bundle bonus. So you will get the fast start bonus of 25%. So you get 25% on 100 PV, plus you also get the $25 starter kit bonus. So that totals $50, okay? Again, $50 for the Love of Lemons starter bundle. And then here are the premium starter bundles. In fact, Lindsay, can you grab the link to this PDF and drop it in the chat just in case anybody needs it? So these are all the kits that are included, okay? So it's basically the 12 like everyday oils kits with all the different diffusers, okay? So the Desert Mist, again, English and Spanish version, Aria diffuser, Rainstone, Dewdrop in both English and Spanish, and then the military premium starter bundle as well. And then we're I could just quickly go over the FAQs. I know Lindsay's going to briefly talk about the 10% vouchers at the end of the call. But one thing that I want you guys to know is that the vouchers are valid until the end of the month. And yes, you can give the voucher to someone who is enrolling with a premium starter bundle. And even though they're getting the kit at a discounted rate, you do get less, of course, because it entails the PV, right? In fact, the questions over here, I think it's like the third to last question. It says, can new enrollees use my 10% off coupon code to purchase a qualifying premium starter bundle? Will I still qualify for the $25 starter bundle bonus? You still earn the bonus. The bonus is set, okay? So you get $25 regardless of that coupon. The only place where you would lose, and I say this lightly, because you're bringing in a new customer, you're helping someone join your oily community. You would just lose 10% on the fast start, okay? So it's not a lot. So you keep the $25 starter kit bonus, okay? So I'm gonna leave this up here if you guys wanna screenshot it, but I think Lindsay put it in the comments for you guys. But again, this is running through August 31st or while premium starter bundles last. I think this verbiage here also gives hints to what might possibly be coming in the future. So even though it's while supplies last, I don't think starter bundles are gone forever. So that's just something to keep in mind. Again, this is only.
And I don't want to interrupt. I'm so sorry. Just make sure nobody's in the waiting room. I can't see anymore to let people in. I know. Sorry. Sorry to interrupt.
Where do I see that?
I think it's under participants on the bottom. It should say admit.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, cool. Proceed. I'm sorry.
It's okay. All right. I didn't have it open. That's why. Okay. And then, and then people have to be a brand partner in order to qualify for the starter bundle bonus. Okay. So if you have a customer who is eager to share, they will need to become a brand partner in order to qualify for these commissions. So yes, it's a bonus, but it's still considered commissions. But again, we'll put that in the comments so that you guys can look this over. And then, yeah, but these are the kits that are included. And then what was the other thing that was on my list? Oh, let me go through let's see. Okay, and yeah, I think Lindsay will be chatting about the 10% off coupons. Oh, something else that I wanted to include here, because I think this is really important. So like, let's say they grab a premium starter bundle, right? And they use the 10% off coupon voucher. They still dip below the 100 PV. So it is always recommended that you make a product recommendation so that they are able to meet that 100 PV requirement. And then they will also, if they subscribe to Save with that additional item, they will also qualify for the free lemon plus get 10% back in points. So there is so much value in getting the premium starter bundle and being able to use the 10% off coupon voucher, getting people to subscribe to Save. So there's like so many perks that are tied in. I know it's like a mouthful, but really I think it's such a great way to be able to start our new customers on this oily journey with all the amazing perks that Young Living has offering us right now. So I will let Lindsay take over right now.
Okay, cool. Hey friends, I am so excited about this starter kit bonus being back because I love Young Living starter kits and they are the best value. So Karen just walked you through what kits are applicable with that bonus. So if you're not familiar with those kits, maybe you're a new brand partner here, definitely go to the website, check it out. Go to Life Steps app. There's going to be great resources for you there. Hop into your Facebook community groups. If you're on Elise, Karen, my team, like hop into the groups to locate information, testimonies with different oils. Something that I love to do is I set aside in my phone notes and I have them saved in my computer too, and just like a file of my favorite ways to use the oils in the starter kit. Or if you're not familiar with all those oils yet or haven't used them, maybe you want to gather some different testimonies from friends, your enroller, that you can be able to jot those down too, because this is going to be so helpful when you're sharing the value. So I just wanted to share with you guys a little bit about the PSKs and being able to maximize sharing them in person. And one of the things I want to make sure to highlight, and I know we were talking about this, Karen and Elise and I recently, was just how so often people will come to you because it's so easy to start with Young Living with just like 1 or 2 products. Maybe they'll start with a peace and calming, a valor, and a frankincense, or like 3 oils, 2, 4 that are already in one of the starter kits. And by the time you do the math of what that comes to get those individual oils, they're not that far off from the total for one of the starter kits. So we want to make sure we're serving these people by saying, you know, hey, this is so awesome. I love what you are picking, and this is a great start, but I want to make sure you know what's an even better value for you if you want the very best way to start foundational wellness in your home. And we can totally jumpstart what you need from there. And so you want to make sure to just highlight all the value they're getting from the kit. It's like, if you look and see what the Aria diffuser by itself costs on the website, it's like $235 on the website. With the kit, it's $265. It's like, of course you want to get that with the kit. I think a lot of us here who've been sharing for a while, like, people rarely get the Aria by itself. They like to start with it with the kit because that is like a no-brainer. So we want to be guiding people towards that. And I am digging into, guys, getting back to basics myself of how am I shaping my language where I'm really encouraging them that, hey, this is going to be the best, not just for you starting, but also kind of like the whole lifestyle. And for anybody who's a brand partner, you definitely want to be able to have these kits on hand, because this is going to be something that's very duplicable with your business. One second, I'm grabbing Atlas. You might be able to see I have like 5 starters going on in the background. Like, I finally acquired a sourdough skill. It took me 2 years, but I got it, guys. Okay, so let's talk about using the PSKs in person. So I'm very fortunate. I've been able to do in-person events for the last couple years. I moved. I was so close to where Karen was in Colorado. And then now I'm here in Idaho, and I love building my local community. And one of the great ways that you can be utilizing premium starter kits, besides just your social media, is in your home. And having an extra starter kit on hand, like a flip kit, which Elise is going to dig into and talk with you guys about in a little bit, is a great way to be able to serve your community and be ready to serve them in a second's notice. So for example, if you are grabbing, if you're wanting to just have extra starter kits on hand, you can actually purchase these as a member. And so you can go into your shop, grab them, have them on hand, and say you have a friend in need who is like, hey, I have, my daughter is under the weather. I really wish that I had all those oils that you've been talking about. You can say, hey, I can drop that off on your doorstep tonight. How about we just ship the new kit to me? I'll get these to you right away. I'll walk you through how to use everything. And that's one of the amazing things about a flip kit, because there's no delay in the sale. There's no delay on any of the excitement or the energy that somebody has. You're able to like meet the need right away, which is just awesome. Okay. So highly, highly recommend having a flip kit on hand. At the very least, guys, it's helpful. I've had to tap into my flip kits before because I ran out of oils that I needed that were in it. So I was glad to have them there. Also, if you're somebody who likes to do vendor events, so maybe you are in a community that is having vendor events. We have a lot of local wellness events here, maybe like a local craft show or hobby event. This is another great time to have flip kits on hand, because you will find that people want to buy something while they're there. That's why they're there. This is why we go to the farmer's market. This is why we go to the craft market. I go knowing I will spend 200% more on a cookie I could have made at home or gotten at the supermarket. But so-and-so made it, and I see the ingredients and I see their cute marketing, and I'm like, this is the best cookie ever, right? So we have to tap into people's experience. And one of the ways we can do that is having things ready and accessible right then and there for people to see it. If you're gathering people in your home, just an idea for you guys. I know Heather on my team is doing this next month too. I'm doing a gardening and oils class at my home later in the month of May. We're doing a seed swap. I don't totally know what that entails, but I'm here for it. I'm going to have all my seeds out and just have a party with it. And I'm going to teach some basic gardening tips, and then how they can use oils in their garden. And so I plan on having a premium starter kit out for them. Hold on one second, my toddler. Okay, 1 second. Why don't you grab one and I'll open it? Yes, yes, okay. I'm appeasing the toddler. It's gonna be his like fourth popsicle. Don't judge me. So just grab it from in there. So you guys can see, so if you're having this on hand, and even if you just have it on display and you're able to, sorry guys, 1 second. Here. Even if you're able to just have the diffuser on display, if you have the essential oils on display, maybe you want to have this kit available, guys, where you have the essential oils out for people to experience them and open it. Hey, that's like a total tax write-off. This is something you're using for your business. So you can totally put this on, if you have a business card, put it on your business card, count it as something that you're using to let people experience all the oils in that kit, whether they want to get the kit or buy them individually. But there's something really magical that happens when people get to hold these oils in their hand. I mean, it's a tangible experience. For one, I mean, we're talking super high frequencies and vibrational energy in this bottle. And then when people actually get to inhale it, we know like that has an immediate effect on the brain. And so it's so magical to allow people to experience this stuff in person. I love sharing online, but there's a certain aspect that's so beautiful about doing in person. So definitely have this accessible for them. I will tell you guys, having enrolled a lot of people that come from other oil companies or maybe have used plant therapy now, whatever, one of the first things they tell me when they smell a Young Living oil is, I didn't even know that oils could smell this way. They're so used to the fragrance and junk at the store that they're like, is this real? You know, so we want to give people that tangible experience. And get people into your home. So be thinking about, people love to gather in the summer. You know, maybe you want to be doing just like a bonfire at your house, get people over for some like slip and slide, or maybe you want to be like doing some different crafts, get people in your home so they can experience just the community aspect and what the starter kit is. And you can be able to highlight that as they start with Young Living. And of course, get that starter kit bonus too. So there's just some tips for you guys. And Elise, if you want to share a bit more about flip kits, I can't wait to hear it.
Yes, for sure. Karen, do you want to tag in real quick about online kits, and then I'll talk right after?
Yes, sounds
Cool.
good. So I, on the other hand, I'm like the complete opposite. So I actually don't have a local community. I share 100% online. And I will say it takes extra effort to be able to share and bring value to people when you are sharing online. Today, for example, I focused on talking about the premium starter bundle. And one of my favorite things to do is show people just how easy it is to use their starter bundle. I don't know if you guys have ever shopped on Etsy from Clover. I think it's Clover and Clem. So she has these starter bundle recipe cards, and I love them because it takes the pressure off of me to not have to recreate the wheel every time. So I can literally look at this, share value online. So for example, today I shared the chill out blend that she has here, and you can diffuse this or you can make a roller with it, right? So just depending on what you're feeling that day, you can demonstrate how to make a roller with the premium starter bundle oils, explain the benefits. And then the other side of that card has some DIY recipes. So I love it. I love it. It's like for me online, I know it's so hard to be able to share non-compliant information. So I kind of take the route more of, well, let me help you bring in these beautiful aromas into your home. They're going to help support your body. So how do we do this, right? So I love showcasing the premium starter bundle. Every week you can focus on a different thing. Okay, so maybe showcasing frankincense and the benefits that it could have on your skin, the benefits that it could have on your immune system, on your sleep, on your emotions. It's great for grounding. I mean, you guys know frankincense is literally amazing for so many things. So you don't have to talk about all of the things in one story. You can literally break it up, and then of course tie it back to your niche. So for me, I obviously love everything that has to do with like frequencies and I mean gardening and all that stuff, but that's not my focus online. For me, my biggest customer, my biggest niche is those that are trying to ditch and switch the candles. So I always try to provide value around that. So for examples, you can do oils from the starter bundle that can replicate candles that people love. And then you can jump into the benefits of diffusing versus burning candles. There's tons of graphics in the Grow group. There's graphics and info inside the Life Steps app. You don't have to recreate the wheel when it comes to sharing the premium starter bundle. It just takes wanting to get a little creative, but again, showing up consistently. Let me see what else I like to do. So aside from doing like rollers or just like diffuser blends, something else that I like to do when I'm showcasing the starter bundle is showing really practical and easy DIYs, because people eat that up. They love seeing all the different practical uses for a premium starter bundle. There is, I think Elise shared this graphic with us, and we're planning on putting together a Google Drive for you guys. We still plan on doing it and we'll share it with our teams. That's gonna have graphics of all sorts with different information. But what I like to accompany my stories with are graphics that have different ways that they can utilize the different oils. So even if you're not talking about all the specific ways that you can use the oils verbally, you can at least showcase it visually and then encourage people to screenshot it and just say, when you get your oils, not if you decide to, when you get your oils. And remember, the conscious language is what you are saying is really going to help plant those seeds for people. So when you get these oils into your home, you will be able to make all of these recipes, right? Another thing that I think this is going to be the last thing I'm going to say. Where you are showing your diffuser, I think is so important. Whether you're showing it in a bedroom, if you're showing it in a kitchen, if you are sharing it, like I usually share my Aria diffuser by a window. What that does is it really helps people visualize how it's going to look in their home. And if you are showing real life scenarios where things aren't just a prop, I think it really helps people envision it within their homes. Okay, so you can do all of that with the premium starter bundle without having to have every single Young Living product. Okay, because to me, the premium starter bundle in itself is a product. So I encourage you, get out there and share, get creative, but be consistent. And yeah, just get sharing, my friends, because there is so much value in this kit. And again, even if you're not sharing in person, I think you are able to really cast that vision on people and they can see the value that this kit has.
Amazing. I love that you basically were bringing to life that it's so important to show how you're doing these things within your home so that people can really envision it in their home. I want to get back to flip kits for sure, but I also want to re-emphasize why we're on this call, and it is to really maximize that $50 bonus. And I feel like I wish it was never taken away in the first place, but now that it is back, we would all be silly not to really maximize it. So that's why, like, for me, my strategy is back to basics. I am going back to 3 years ago when I just couldn't get enough of the starter kit, and it's literally all I talked about. Now, don't get me wrong, I still am going to talk about Ningxia, I'm still going to talk about Thieves Cleaner, I'm still going to talk about all the things that I love, but when I am in sales mode, because that is what we're doing, my friends, I'm going to be talking about the starter kit because that is going to allow my paycheck to reflect my efforts. It's the quickest way that we can see money in our paychecks right now, $50. So, and I know we're going to get into this, but think about enrolling 5 people and you will get $250 extra in your checks. And I know 5 might seem maybe outlandish to some. Maybe it just seems like, okay, that's just my best month or that's a really good month. But I feel like when you set the bar for yourself, you're going to find that you're more able to achieve it. So don't set the bar at 1, don't set the bar at 2, set the bar high for yourself. And we're going to talk strategy, like how can you do that? So one month I did enroll. It was after Hawaii, and they were like, we're doing a 20 and 30 challenge. So we're going to enroll 20 people in 30 days. If you do that, you get a 53 ml bottle of Royal Hawaiian Sandalwood and a free Aria. And all I wanted was that 53 ml Royal Hawaiian Sandalwood. So I was like, I'm doing it. I'm just going to set my sights on it. And I did it. And I think what's kind of, and I'm not saying break the bank doing this, but it will give you a really good confidence boost to start. We need to get back to kind of incentivizing starter kits and not like $25 cash back. Like, I mean, practical things that people are like, ooh, I could really use that. So for instance, right now for sale, the spring sale is this thieves cleaner, which I mean, I can stock up on this. I can have 7 bottles under my sink and still not feel like I'm overdoing it. And this cute little lemon spray bottle comes with it. Now I have 59,000 spray bottles at this point, so I don't really need this. It's etched. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen it. This is a great incentive. So grab yourself a thieves little packet sample. You know, I think they're like, they're relatively inexpensive. Get yourself a little sample, throw it inside of a package, and just say like, the first person who gets their starter kit with me is going to go home with this. I mean, if you're doing it in person or if you're doing it online, I'm going to send you this spray bottle. This is how you use thieves. And then it segues into that. Another great incentive right now is this room spray with a $250 PV, or sorry, 250 PV purchase right now. We're getting this free room spray. So now I have 2 of them. Guys, it works so good. I just filled it today. It's so cute. This is such a great incentive. And it comes in a little box, so it's very easy for me to throw. So maybe one incentive will be this lemon spray bottle. Another incentive will be this glass spray bottle. Now, these are like kind of, you know, maybe you want to keep them. I get that. So then think about other things like your favorite roller, your favorite perfume. It doesn't have to break the bank. It doesn't have to be crazy. But if you want to really enroll people, think about doing like 3 incentives. Like you have 3 things that you're willing to kind of part with to get people really interested. I stopped doing welcome boxes for a while because it was hard to pinpoint who was going to get them. Some people were spending like 20 PV to get in, and others were spending 150, and it was just hard. So I'm bringing back the welcome packages, and I'm putting in all of the information so that they can learn about the starter kit, and I'm going to throw some good stuff in there. Okay, so that's an idea. Incentivize. Flip kits. I don't know. Is there anybody, throw it in the comments, unmute yourself. Is there anybody who's unclear on how flip kits actually work? Like, is that terminology foreign to you? I can really quick layman's terms go through that, but leave a comment if you don't understand it and I'll come back to that. Flip kits are just such a great thing to have on hand. Like Lindsay said, a lot of the times I will put together like a little incentive or a welcome box, and then I'll just throw it on Facebook or Instagram, and I'll just say, hey, I have this starter kit at home. You don't have to wait for shipping. I can drop it at your door with this welcome package. First one who claims it, it's theirs. And a lot of times people are like, okay, I've been, you know, standing by waiting to pull the trigger and I haven't yet. And people like the convenience. So when you do that, you're going to enroll that person as if they're enrolling, and you're just going to put in your address for the shipping address so that you deliver the flip kit, but then the flip kit from Young Living or the new kit is going to come to you. So that's how it works. They are really an invaluable tool, especially if you really like to do in-person things. It's almost like crazy not to have flip kits on hand when you're doing any type of in-person event, no matter what it is about. Just having them out and having people know that they can leave with that if they want is invaluable. So flip kits, it's time. Just order one, have it on hand, and play with it. Have fun with it. But really, just to reiterate, I really would love for all of us to get back to how we got in. And I feel like most of us got in with a premium starter kit. And I feel like you're going to just see so much, just so much more I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for, Karen? You're gonna have a boost in your paycheck, but I feel like it's just gonna be so much more fulfilling because when I am enrolling somebody, unless I'm having a one-on-one conversation with them, which obviously we all encourage everybody to do, I feel like with the starter kit, they have everything they need in one kit. Whereas like if they're just like, oh, I need sleep support and they order cedarwood and lavender, it's like, okay, but like what if your immune system is shot and you need thieves? Or what if, you know what I mean? With the starter kit, it's like you have everything that you need. It's great for kids. And I just feel good about it. And I feel like that's where you're going to get your buy-in and your loyalty with your customers is when they have something that works for every issue that they might come across. So that's my 2 cents on those two topics. Does anybody have any questions, or Lindsay or Karen, if you want to come back in?
I actually just wanted to add a little tidbit here. I know we're talking, like we're saying, you can maximize your paychecks. And I recently put together a workshop for Young Living. And one of the things that really hit me to my core was something that they brought up at New Year Kickoff, which was an event for Platinums Plus in January. And they talked about the power of one. I know it's amazing to make $100, $200, $300, $500 with your enrollments, okay? But I don't want you to forget the power of one, okay? Enrolling one person can have such a huge impact, not only on them, but it can have a huge impact on your business and on the growth of your organization. I know sometimes we focus on the numbers so much that we get discouraged, but I'm telling you, friends, even if you enroll one person, yes, you're with a premium starter bundle specifically, you're gonna make $50, okay? But the impact that you're gonna have on this person's life could really change the trajectory of what is happening within your Young Living business. Because imagine if this person then turns around and then goes and does the same thing and begins to share. The possibilities of the exponential growth are literally limitless, right? And I think when we share enthusiastically and really help support our people and show them the value of what this kit can do for their families and others, I think it's so encouraging. And think of it as like you throwing a pebble into a pond, right? You throw that pebble, it's a single pebble, but then the ripple effect that it has, think of that as your business. Okay, so yes, I would love for all of you to make $500, $1,000 selling premium starter bundles, but I want you to remember the core of your mission of what, like why you are sharing Young Living. You are sharing to be able to, you know, help people and change people's lives, but at the same time, you're going to be changing yours. Okay. So don't get discouraged, even if you enroll one person, because the impact that it can have can be huge. Okay. So that's what I wanted to share. A couple of more notes here. I want you guys to bring value daily. I know it's easy to say, and it can be really hard to show up, whether you are sharing in person or you're sharing online. I know it's hard, and it's like showing up for me was one of the hardest things. And I know if you follow me, you're probably like, oh, it's probably so easy. You guys, I didn't show up sharing anything on my Instagram probably for like the first 8 months. Like I didn't show my face, I should say specifically, because the day I started sharing on Instagram, I began sharing every single day, but like a post, but I was terrified to show my face. And someone on my team today asked me like, how can I get out there and share? Like, I'm terrified. But I think when you truly believe that you have something to offer the world and that people are needing your help, that's going to encourage you to show up as your best self, even if that means showing up with a mom bun in your pajamas. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be made up and be like this Instagram influencer to show up, okay? Show up as your real self, because at the end of the day, yes, people are buying the product, they're buying the kit, but they're also buying you. So they want you as your authentic self, because these are the people that you are going to be walking alongside. You're going to be holding their hand and you're going to be helping them on a daily basis. So you want to be able to make those genuine connections with people. And I say this so passionately because I remember that I when I first got started, I would look at the big Royal Crown Diamonds, Casey Wiegand, and I was like, I want to be like her. But you know what? I am not her. And now I realize I don't want to be her. I don't want to play that comparison game because I am who I am and I bring to the table and offer my services to people that are like me. Okay, so show up as your authentic self, share with your heart, bring value on a consistent basis. And I truly believe that you all have the power to be able to make a huge difference in people's lives. So that's all I wanted to share.
Love that, Karen. And such a good point too, to just keep in mind that it really, guys, just starting with one is the best place to start. You know, like I want to encourage you to not let yourself get overwhelmed by, I should be doing this and I should be enrolling this many people. Like, just start with one. I love that so much, Karen. And this is how you make waves in your business, because I can say for my own business, that's totally applicable too. All right, I'm on borrowed time for my last point here, because now, you know, my toddler's trying to get my attention for all the things. But I wanted to be able to share briefly about vouchers. In case you guys are unfamiliar, maybe you're new to being with the Young Living, but if you didn't know already, we had 10% off vouchers that were introduced for the months of March and April for any order over 100 PB. This was on rewards, or just if it was a shop order, you got a voucher. And so this was emailed to your account or to your member's account if they spent the 100 PV. So we really want to make sure we're following up this last couple of weeks of April with those members. And so I'm running reports in my virtual office of orders that were over 100 PV in the March and April, making sure I'm sending out a text to those people to just check in, like, hey, did you get your voucher? Were you able to find your voucher? I want to help you use this voucher. And if you don't believe you're going to use it, I'd love to have it to pass it on to somebody. Okay. I want to make sure somebody gets to use it. Ideally, I'm helping this person enroll a friend, right? And if they're a customer, then I'm helping them get to brand partner, right? That's the ultimate goal. And at the end of the day, I don't want any of the vouchers to be lost either. So if you have somebody who's like, you know, like, I'm just not in a time and space to use this right now, or, you know, they're not wanting to take advantage of it, then offer them the opportunity that they can share it with somebody else, whether you want to share that with somebody on your team, if you have somebody who needs to use it. So just keep that in mind, guys. I feel like we have such a beautiful opportunity the end of April to maximize and rock out literally, I'm sure, thousands of vouchers that are just sitting somewhere. It's like the cloud, you know, they're there, but we haven't used them. We need to use these vouchers and get people started. And hopefully we're encouraged with everything that was shared and what Elise and Karen had shared of just using that even for people getting started with their premium starter kit. I mean, what a great way to knock off more from this already amazing value. So we definitely want to be taking advantage of these vouchers. They're only good through the rest of April. So we've got a little over a week to make sure that those get used. And if you have any questions about the vouchers, just pop them in the comments. But this is available for customers and brand partners to get started with when it comes to Young Living in the US market.
Perfect. That was great. I just have like 2 more bullet points about like enrolling, just to highlight, because I feel like a psycho now, because I'm like, set the bar at 5 and start with 1 is such a good call. But I'm such a pusher that it's like, guys, reach for the sky. But yes, 1 is all you need. You just need 1, and you just need to pour into 1. But here are some things I want to leave you with. So you cannot grow without adding new members to your organization. So set a goal to enroll X amount each month. If it's 1, if it's 3, if it's 5, hell, for me, 1 month, it was 20. And you know what? It was crazy, but it worked. So you can't say it's impossible. Your team will follow your lead. So if you enroll 1 person, if you're starting to talk about the starter kit more, so will they. Okay. And then always understand the importance of adding new members to your organization, educating them on the 3 things that are so important, which are our products. We all have such amazing education groups. So make sure you're plugging them in to those, and you're you're finding what they're trying to fix in their life, and you're digging in the groups and you're tagging them in posts. Like, that's what that's for. Make sure you're letting them know what loyalty rewards is all about. I heard that maybe things will be a little more streamlined. I don't know, but for now, we'll talk about loyalty rewards and subscribe to save. And then also just make sure you're letting them know about the opportunity they have to become a brand partner just by sharing their referral link. And remember, your customer will never know that there's an open door for them unless you're welcoming them in and you're having that conversation. So those are just the last points I wanted to end with. Did anybody have any questions or anything they wanted to add at all? Okay, well, this was awesome. I think I'm going to end recording if everybody's good.